All right, contrarians, welcome to a brand new deep dive. I'm Cypher Nova from the Decoding Crypto team, and today we're unlocking a protocol that's aiming to do for Web3 gaming what Steam did for PC gaming. Over the next few chapters, we're going to explore Portal, the cross-chain gaming layer that wants to bring blockchain games out of their silos and into one seamless, interoperable universe. If you've ever explored Web3 gaming, you've probably noticed the fragmentation. Games built on Ethereum don't easily talk to games on Solana. Polygon, Avalanche, Arbitrum, they all have their own liquidity, their own wallets, their own player bases. Portal was built to change that. At its core, Portal is a cross-chain gaming platform that connects blockchain games across multiple networks, including Ethereum, Polygon, Avalanche, Solana, and more. It acts like a universal bridge, helping developers reach new audiences and enabling players to move more freely across ecosystems. But Portal isn't just a bridge, it positions itself as the distribution layer for Web3 gaming. That means it's trying to become the default gateway for players to discover, access, and engage with blockchain games, regardless of what chain those games are built on. Whether you're a player looking for your next game or a developer needing exposure to a broader audience, Portal is designed to serve both sides. One of the platform's key innovations is something they call the Hyperway. It's Portal's proprietary global network that allows for seamless movement of users, liquidity, and attention across blockchains. Imagine it like a high-speed highway connecting cities, except those cities are different game ecosystems, and the cars are assets, users, and tokens flowing frictionlessly from one to the next. Portal's ecosystem is made up of several core products. There's a discovery platform for Web3 games and applications, kind of like a Web3 native app store. There's cross-chain identity management, letting users keep a consistent identity and reputation across multiple games and chains. The platform also includes payment solutions that work across different networks, liquidity tools for developers, a user reward system, and the Portal Wallet, which is built for seamless gaming integration across chains. But this is about more than just tools. Portal has a big picture vision to solve the distribution problem in Web3 gaming. Traditional games have app stores, social networks, streamers, and marketing budgets. Web3 games are still figuring out how to reach users efficiently and scale. Portal wants to be the infrastructure layer that makes that possible. It aims to connect games, players, and assets across the multi-chain Web3 world. And ultimately, their goal is simple: make Web3 gaming mainstream. Not just for the crypto native crowd, but for the broader public who want great games, smooth experiences, and real digital ownership. Now, building something this ambitious takes serious leadership. So in the next chapter, we're going to meet the team behind Portal, from its founders and business strategists to its developers and advisors. People from Rockstar Games, EA, Team Secret, and Consensus are all in the mix. Stick around as we head into Chapter 2, the founders and team behind Portal. Now that you understand what Portal is building, it's time to meet the people behind the vision, because a project that's trying to unify Web3 gaming across chains needs serious firepower at the helm. And Portal didn't just gather a team of crypto enthusiasts, it pulled in heavyweights from traditional finance, gaming, esports, and blockchain to build something that lasts. Portal was created by the Portal Foundation, an organization based in the Cayman Islands. The foundation's purpose is to guide the growth of the platform while maintaining transparency and neutrality as Portal expands across ecosystems. One of the most visible figures on the founding team is Dan Keene, who serves as Chief Business Officer. Dan's background isn't just impressive, it's unusually well-rounded. He spent over a decade in traditional finance and consumer tech, where he founded, scaled, and sold multiple companies across different industries. One of those companies reached unicorn status, raising over $650 million in funding from institutional giants like Goldman Sachs and SoftBank. Dan made the leap into Web3 3 years ago and hasn't looked back. Aside from his work with Portal, he's also involved with Overlord, a Web3 entertainment brand that focuses on immersive storytelling and digital identity. That experience in world building fits perfectly into Portal's gaming-first cross-chain vision. Backing up the leadership team is an advisory board that reads like a hall of fame across both traditional and Web3 sectors. Jamie King, co-founder of Rockstar Games and part of the team that created Grand Theft Auto, brings AAA gaming insight into the mix. John Yao, CEO of global esports powerhouse Team Secret, helps align Portal with the massive and growing world of competitive gaming. From the business development side, there's Matt Dixon, who previously led global partnerships at EA Games, and rounding out the board is Russell Hansen, former Chief Strategy Officer at Consensus, who understands exactly how to scale blockchain infrastructure responsibly. Then there's the dev team. These aren't anonymous coders in a Discord server. Portal's technical backbone includes blockchain engineers and finance veterans who've previously worked on high-profile projects. Some of the core developers came from SuperDuper, the crypto startup that created Creeps, one of the most talked about NFT projects on Ethereum. This team knows how to ship, how to scale, and how to keep communities engaged. What's clear is that Portal isn't a side project. It's a serious effort by experienced founders and advisors who know what it takes to succeed at the intersection of gaming, entertainment, and blockchain. They've built companies, created hit games, launched esports brands, and architected global blockchain infrastructure. Now they're pooling that knowledge into a single mission: to make Web3 gaming accessible, fluid, and fun. Of course, even the best team needs support. In the next chapter, we're going to look at who's backing Portal financially and strategically. From major VCs to massive Web3 platforms like Binance and Immutable, the network behind Portal is just as impressive as the product itself. Stick around as we dive into Chapter 3, Investors and Partners. All right, contrarians, if you're enjoying the deep dive so far, now's the perfect time to hit pause for a second and show some support. Tap that like button if you're learning something new. Hit subscribe if you want more no-fluff breakdowns of the most innovative projects in Web3. And if you've got a friend who's still sleeping on cross-chain gaming, go ahead and share this video with them. Let's bring more people into the portal. Now back to it. In this chapter, we're looking at who's putting serious money and reputation behind Portal. Because building a cross-chain gaming highway takes more than just vision and tech. It takes capital, connections, and a whole lot of confidence from the right backers. Portal has raised $29 million in funding, a strong indicator that major players in both Web3 and traditional tech believe in its mission. And what makes this even more interesting is the diversity of the people backing the project. Some of the early individual investors include Giulio Cilianis, co-founder of LiquidX and a known name in digital brand incubation. Kalos NFT, a well-respected collector and community builder in the NFT space, is also on board. Then you've got Lester, Yulan Shui, and Max Crown, both angel investors who have backed successful crypto startups before. Even Michael Buhana, the head of digital art at Sotheby's, is involved. His presence signals that Portal isn't just about gaming. It's tapping into the broader world of digital culture and art. Another name that stands out is Ray Chan, the founder of 9gag and Memeland. If you know anything about Web3 culture, you know that memes move markets. Having someone like Ray in the mix adds a layer of viral energy and cultural relevance to the project that few others can match. But it's not just individuals. Portal's partnerships are where things really start to click. One of the biggest supporters is Binance, the world's largest crypto exchange. Not only did Binance help launch the Portal token through its launch pool, but it also introduced the project to millions of users globally. That kind of exposure is priceless. Then there's Sui, a high-performance Layer 1 blockchain that's powering a lot of Portal's infrastructure. Sui is known for its scalability and speed, which makes it a strong match for gaming platforms that need real-time responsiveness. Immutable is another key partner. If you've been watching Web3 gaming, you know Immutable is one of the top platforms for NFT-based games. Their partnership with Portal connects Portal's liquidity and user base directly into a thriving ecosystem of NFT games and marketplaces. On the entertainment front, WME, also known as William Morris Endeavor, is lending its muscle to Portal. As one of the world's largest talent agencies, WME is helping bridge the gap between mainstream entertainment and Web3. Think celebrity NFT drops, gaming partnerships, and crossover events with major artists and influencers. Portal is also building strong ties with gaming and esports communities. MD, a top-tier esports team in the US, is bringing its player base into the Portal ecosystem. That means live events, integrations, and competitive campaigns powered by Portal tokens. And then there's Magic Eden, one of the leading NFT marketplaces. Portal tokens are already integrated on Magic Eden alongside ETH, BTC, and Ape, making it easy to use the token in a familiar trading environment. Finally, we have Layer 0, the team providing Portal with cross-chain communication tech. This is what allows assets and identities to move smoothly between blockchains. Layer 0 helps make Portal's multi-chain ambition technically possible. All of this points to one thing. Portal is not trying to go it alone, it's building a network of infrastructure providers, cultural influencers, and platform giants to help it scale. Now that we know who's backing Portal, it's time to ask the next question. What does the Portal token actually do? In the next chapter, we'll explore the tokenomics, the use cases, and how the token fits into the long-term vision. Stick around for Chapter 4, Portal Tokenomics and Utility. Welcome to the final chapter of our Portal deep dive. Now that we've looked at what Portal is, who's behind it, and who's backing it, it's time to break down the fuel that powers the entire ecosystem, the Portal token. Let's start with the basics. Portal has a total supply of 1 billion tokens with an initial circulating supply of just over 167 million. That's about 16.7% of the total supply out in the wild at launch. The rest is allocated across a thoughtful structure designed to support long-term growth and decentralization. Here's how it breaks down. Team and advisors receive 23% vested over time to align incentives. Another 23% is held in the treasury used to fund development, community efforts, and future ecosystem initiatives. Private sale investors hold 22%, while public sale participants received 11%. Then there's community incentives, which are split across two allocations, 10% in the first phase and 4% in the second. Add in 5% for the Binance launch pool and 2% for a liquidity reserve, and you've got a fairly balanced distribution that supports both early backers and future builders. But what can you actually do with the token? The short answer, a lot. The Portal token is used to pay transaction fees across the platform and to reward Portal node operators who help maintain the infrastructure that keeps everything running. It also functions as a payment method in decentralized marketplaces, meaning you can use it to buy in-game assets, NFTs, and tokens across the Portal ecosystem. If you're using Portal Pay, the native payment layer, Portal becomes the currency that moves value across games and chains. And it's already fully integrated with Magic Eden, one of the top NFT marketplaces. That gives it utility outside the Portal ecosystem right from the start. Portal is also a governance token. Holders can vote on how the platform evolves, what the treasury funds, and how different game integrations are prioritized. This community-led model ensures that decisions reflect the people actually using the platform. Then there's staking. By staking Portal, users can earn a base yield from the treasury plus additional rewards from transaction fees. But it goes further than that. Portal also uses a stake-to-scale system where the amount of staked Portal can influence how visible a game is on the platform. It's a way to let the community shape what rises to the top. Holding Portal also unlocks exclusive access to NFT drops and content from Portal's network of partners. And if you want to run infrastructure, you'll need it to purchase Portal nodes, which are core to the platform's technical backbone. And here's a powerful economic mechanic. 100% of transaction fees from Portal Pay are used to buy back Portal tokens. This creates long-term demand pressure and adds deflationary mechanics to the system over time. When you zoom out, the Portal token isn't just for trading or holding, it's a governance tool, a payment asset, a rewards engine, and a piece of the infrastructure itself. It connects users, developers, and partners in a shared economic loop designed for utility, scalability, and long-term value. And that wraps our 4-part dive into Portal. From the vision to the team, the backers to the tokenomics, we've seen how Portal is building not just another game launcher, but an entire layer of infrastructure for cross-chain gaming. If you found this helpful, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more protocol deep dives, and share this series with someone who's still trying to understand where gaming and Web3 are headed. I'm Cypher Nova from the Decoding Crypto team. Stay smart, stay curious, and most importantly, stay decentralized.